everybody! Happy Tech Tip Tuesday from the Lexus Virtual Classroom. My name is Melissa O'Connell. I'm a Lexus Technology Specialist, and today we are on to part 2 of our Lexus Personalized Settings mini-series. If you missed part 1, not to worry, you can check it out here. So come on into the Lexus Virtual Classroom. We're going to take a quick look at some climate customization settings that are located in Setup in Vehicle Customization. I'll show you where they're located and what to do next. Let's learn together. Push Menu, open Setup, then slide to select Vehicle, and then Vehicle Customization. If you have a non-navigation model Lexus, the setup for Vehicle Customization might look a little bit different. You'll have all the same categories, but you might have different or fewer items inside the categories depending on the level of equipment on your vehicle. Today we are looking at climate settings. Just click to open once it's highlighted. You'll have these first 2 features if your heated and ventilated seats have an auto setting. Keep in mind, we're only talking about the sensitivity of the auto feature for heated and ventilated seats on your Lexus. That means that the auto mode, which is engaged the very first time you push either heat or fan, auto will engage, and then it's going to determine how much heat or fan is required to maintain the comfort level for the temperature that you've selected for your particular zone in the vehicle and the temperature outside. Right now, the automatic ventilation has selected the highest mode because we've told the vehicle we would like to have the lowest temperature, and guess what? It's Texas in September. It's 100 degrees outside. What this allows you to do is increase or decrease the sensitivity for the threshold for the automatic heat or ventilation to kick in. If you've selected auto for the heat and ventilation on your Lexus seats and you feel like it comes on in perfect timing, just leave it where it is, right in the center, which is the default setting. If you'd like it to come on sooner, you're going to select plus to make it more sensitive. So you can increase the sensitivity by 2 clicks. Or you can come back down to 0 or the neutral zone, which is the default. If you feel like the seat climate is coming on too quickly, you can decrease the sensitivity by 2 clicks. Adjusting the sensitivity for this feature doesn't disengage the auto mode. To disengage the auto mode, just take over control of either the heat or the ventilation for your Lexus seats. You have the same adjustment for the front right seat. Just click to select and then click down and slide your finger, or plus or minus to make the adjustment. Coming down to smog sensor sensitivity, most Lexus vehicles have a smog sensor on board. You can increase or decrease the sensitivity for that sensor to engage. The smog sensor functions in auto circulation mode, so you'll have this capability if you have an auto mode for the outside or recirculating air in your Lexus. This feature allows the sensor to determine whether it should change from outside air to recirculating air based on outside air quality. Our final item for climate customization is the Auto AC mode. Auto AC mode means that the vehicle will automatically engage the AC compressor, whether you are heating or cooling the vehicle, because it's doing one of two things. It's either cooling the air or it's conditioning the air, dehumidifying the air. So it's going to work to pull moisture out of the air, and it's going to determine whether or not it needs to kick that compressor on in order to achieve your selected temperature inside the vehicle and then maintain that temperature. Depending on where you live, what kind of climate you have in your area, you might be used to choosing to turn on or off your AC compressor. Also, depending on the vehicle that you grew up driving, you may be used to turning your air conditioner off before you turn your car off. That was something that I was raised to do. Now, the computers that are on board most vehicles don't require you to do that. So you can actually just leave your air conditioner on, even the AC compressor, turn your car off, and then hop in the car when you're ready and turn it all on again, and it will take care of everything for you. If you still prefer to be in charge of when the AC compressor is on, you're going to want to turn this customization off. And I am going to show you an easy way to turn the AC compressor back on, but only when you want it. We're going to take a look at two different setups for the auto AC mode. Your Lexus should look like one of these two setups. Our first setup is going to be with a navigation vehicle that has an auto button for fan speed as well as an auto button for airflow mode. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to open the climate screen on the right side. So you'll notice our AC compressor is on, and we also have the customization turned on for auto AC mode. Now, if I want to turn this off, I'm going to highlight auto AC mode and click down. So now I have turned off auto AC mode, and it instantly turns off my AC compressor. When the auto AC mode is turned on, it allows the air conditioning compressor to cycle on and off automatically. It's also linked to the auto button for fan speed. If you've turned off the auto AC mode in your settings and you turn off your AC compressor, when you press the auto button for fan speed, it will increase your fan speed, trying to accomplish the temperature that you've selected, but without the AC compressor. A huge shout out to my friend and fellow technology specialist, TJ Butler, another member of the Lexus Inner Circle group. Thank you so much for finding out this incredibly cool tip that I get to share now with all of you. If you turn on and off your AC compressor on a regular basis and you don't have a hard button shortcut, you're going to want to watch this. If that's your preferred setting, you can still engage the AC compressor without coming into any of the settings on the main screen. Just push the air circulation auto button until the green light is on auto. Then your AC compressor is on, but you've still maintained your customization of the auto AC mode being off. If you have not adjusted this customization and you accidentally turn off your AC compressor, and maybe you've gone back to your map, you don't even realize that your AC compressor is off, but you start to feel a difference in the climate in your vehicle, you do not have to go back into your right side screen or even your climate menu. You can just push that button for airflow mode until you get the green light above auto, and your AC compressor will be back on. The second version is going to be on a non-navigation NX with an auto button for fan speed, but no auto button for airflow mode. Instead, there's an airflow button and an AC compressor button. With this setup, if we select to turn off the auto AC mode, notice that the AC compressor light has turned off. We can turn the AC compressor back on at any time just by pushing the hard button shortcut, but it's not going to turn back on the auto AC mode. And remember that if our AC compressor is off and our auto AC mode is off, our auto for fan speed is not going to turn on our AC compressor. The auto button will adjust fan speed and where the air is flowing. It's not going to turn on the AC compressor and cool or condition the air. If you've turned auto AC mode off, you'll either need to turn the customization back on or take charge of your AC compressor and turn it on with the button. Well, thanks so much for visiting us today at the Lexus Virtual Classroom here at Northside and Westside Lexus in Houston, Texas. Stay tuned next week for part 3 of our Lexus Personalized Settings mini-series. We'll be looking at lighting customizations for your Lexus. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.